I wore my girl's earrings that Jody sent me. Guys, these are the earrings in the package that my girl sent to me. It just signified the love and the friendship and what she feels for me. I didn't ask her to do those things for me. I was reading you guys' messages, and I was, on Thanksgiving, I was able to sit back on the Chase Lounge and just read you guys' messages through and through. And I got some foolishness, but besides that, I got a lot of love and stuff like that, and admiration that it was just, man, by far just brought on waterworks for me. And so, anyway, so I wore my girl's earrings. These were part of the gift box that she sent me. And Jody, let me say this. You and I have known each other for years. Years. You never once changed your tune. I met you on a casting call. I'll never forget it. I mean, here, this really beautiful young lady. And at the time, I think you were about, I don't know, maybe 24, 25. And, excuse me, guys, excuse me. I need to blow my nose. Anyway, you were like, I don't know, 24, 25. And you and I didn't think that we were going to get picked for the show. And we were placed in this arena in a building. I think it was it the Marina Hotel down in Marina Del Rey? And we were amongst thousands. Well, I won't say thousands, but at least 1,000 women. And you and I were picked. And it was at that pinnacle moment, it was like an instant friendship that just evolved. And I remember back then, I was doing a lot of things at that time. You were doing your things with Kiki Shepard and all these different people that you were, doing things with. And then you were doing all these gigs and for all these people. And, it was just, it was a time. I mean, we were both industry cats, you know what I mean? And it was just crazy. And we just did not, our lives were moving so fast at that time. And you were just a baby. You were a baby, and I was like your big sister. And I would tell you, I said, Jody, you will be a part of my life the rest of my life. And I remember telling you, I said, you will forever be my makeup artist. Wherever we are in life, I'm coming to find you. I don't know if you remember that conversation, but you do, because we speak on it. But I told you then, when you were working on Fat Girls with Monique, you guys were all going out on location in Palm Springs. And it was then I was like, I loved you from the start. And though our lives were moving so quickly and so fast, you were doing makeup and all those things, and I was just in the wind, man. I was just having fun, making a lot of fucking mistakes. When I look back at those times, I look at the mistakes that I made, but I also look at the blessings, and I look at the relationships that I built with a lot of people, and I have to say that I just simply kept it clean. I didn't venture into the drug scene. I didn't do any of those things. I didn't sleep around. I mean, it was just so many things because I was just so driven, you know, and I just wanted it so badly. And California is just, I mean, Los Angeles is the city of dreams. It really, really is. And it's an undercurrent that can just get you swept up. And I have to say that, lady, we made it through. Look at us now. You know what I'm saying? Look at us now. The stories that you and I share about the background of all of the glitz and the glamour and the shows and all those things, we so relate like this on so many different angles. Yes, I'm a couple years older than you, just a couple, but still, I never had a baby sister. I never had one, and you have been her. And it's funny because, and then there was a gap in between that we hadn't spoken. And when you reached out to me on YouTube, you sent me a message, and so you said, Tina, call me, girl, when you got on YouTube or something like that. How I cut on here and I see your ass on YouTube, and and still then, that was like, I think you started in March on 2010, as I started in March in 2010, but we didn't know we both were on this platform. We didn't know that. And so it was crazy. It was just crazy. It was a crazy, crazy time. And then I was going through all that stuff medically and all that, and we just disconnected. And so, but I've always had your number. You always had mine. And we just kind of disconnected. And so I remember Cynthia doing a video, and she was like, forbidden lip gloss, blah, 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 because you've always had forbidden lip gloss, like, for years. And so it's always been Jode, for years. So I'm like, when she mentioned you, I was like, oh my God. I just tripped out. I tripped out. I was like, oh my God. And then I remember you had sent Cynthia a huge box of goodies. And I was simply being funny by saying, because I remember commenting on Cynthia's video, I'm like, I've known Jode for years, and she hadn't even given me a fucking earring back. And she sent you, like, I don't know, 20 fucking bottles of fucking nail polish and all these earrings and rings and all these extra zoom zooms and wham whams that you had sent her. I gotta admit, I was jealous. I must admit, at that particular moment, I felt something. And I'm like, that's my baby sister right there. All the laughs, man. Girl, do you remember we went to go see Adina Howard? We went to Savoy, and we had saw Adina Howard, and that was during the era, t-shirt and panties, and that's when you and I was doing the utmostest, okay? And we went out there and we danced, and it was just so cool. And it was a promotion for her t-shirt and panties album. Look, okay. T-shirt and panties had just, and it was her listening party that we had gone to, and it was hot. I mean, it was hot, hot, hot. And so, and it was funny because I didn't know you were coming, and you didn't know I was coming either, and I just happened to be there, and here you walked in the door with Sean, and I was like, oh my fucking God. And I was like, oh my God. So it's just, those chapters, in our book. And it's like, there's been chapters, there's always been love there between us. But you were doing so many things. I was doing so many things. And, though our souls were connected, but our lives were so busy that we didn't have time to settle down. So, anyways, needless to say, I'm so blessed and I'm so honored and I'm so thankful to call you a sister of mine. I'm so thankful for you being in my life. And it's not about flat irons, fucking Michael Kors, perfume, and fucking Ulta makeup kits. It goes, our friendship and the love that we share between one another falls and it runs much more deep than any box that you could ever send me. And we do for each other, and it's like, a lot of times it's just things that goes without saying. And, I had started a couple times to not even, film, when that box arrived, but I had to. I mean, I just had to. It was something in me like, you know what? No, bitch, you get ready to do this. I mean, she sent you this, and it's like, man, this was from my fucking sister. I had to do it. Irregardless to the ridicule and, you know, dumbass things. It's like now we're so immune to the shit that some people say. You and I have evolved from the ridicule. I mean, because you and I both know at this point in time what it is, you know, that a lot of the shit on YouTube, man. Some of the shit that people say and the shit that fall out of their mouth, it just validates the fact that, there are a lot of envious and mean-spirited people. And it's really sad. It's sad on some of the lengths that people would go. It's sad. At a time where, you should be having, a meal with your family and friends and reared back and watching football games, people find the time to just come out with bullshit. It was unbelievable. But we didn't entertain it, so we're not going to entertain it now. So, anyway, Jody, I just want to let you know, Mama, that I love you. I love you. I love you. And you and I, we both are very emotional motherfucking creatures. We sit on the phone and we literally cry almost every day. We need to stop that shit. Seriously, we really need to stop it. Because we sit on the phone and we're crying about what's going on Bill Cunningham. Or we're crying about our parents. And we're crying about this. And we're crying about our weight issues. And we're crying about this and that. I mean, we are two emotional motherfuckers that is what the fuck it is. You are my go-to. You're her. If ever I needed to be your Bronco driver, I'm her. Bitch, get in the back, give me the keys, and we are fucking heading up north. That's what it is. You're my girl and I love you. You never crossed me. You never, threw jabs and daggers at me, but yet you claim to be my friend. You've never been that girl. So, on that note, and without going into such tangent, just know that I love you and I thank you for just being in my life. I just thank you. I thank you for who you are. And I thank Mom and Dad for making that choice to bring you here. And just for the woman that you are, you've grown and you're just beautiful, and I just love you for it. So anyway, enough about that.